I wish somebody would have told me, babe, that someday soon all the love we get some done, dun, 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 dun. Someday something soon is gonna change. Something in the good old days. Think about younging. Think about being old. Last verse, first place, words and words and words. Oh my goodness. It's hot as balls. Hot as balls. Hey, Lola?
Yes?
First of all, get y'all's church clothes off. Second of all, that package, that was Jewel's. That's in the car. Mm-hmm. Go get it out. It's me, Jessica. Is it Chasing Pillows? You need to post more. Because I just stay out of the sauce, if you will. Because it's extremely stressful. But I will always go like a day after and go look at that. Hey, Mr. Mixmaster. Did you get my turn and cough joke? Did you get it? Since I'm not a men's right activist, you can turn and cough for somebody else. Lola? These kids are going to kill me. These kids are going to kill me. They're going to kill me. They're going to kill me. They're going to kill me. Y'all need to get this stuff off the stairs.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Yeah, because I feel like you're trying to kill me on purpose. And I want to live. I want to live. No, yeah, they're just hanging out. Oh, no, so here's what I found out. For serious, this is what I found out. Because I really did go to a gala to run for a fundraising gala to raise money for child cancer. And there's a lot of money. So there's a lot of funding, you know, for research and cancer, all that good stuff. A lot of funding. But let's just say, for serious, yes, Chase, for serious. So let's just say you have $1 billion that goes into resources for cancer treatments and all that good stuff, right? Of that $1 billion, only 4% goes towards research for children's cancer. I was like, what? And then there's like 2 drugs that could be used aggressively in a way with cancer in children. So I was like, damn. But no, we went to a fundraiser and just learned a lot. There was a lot. Do you date men in their 50s? The correct question would be, do I date men? Here's the question. If we know a great deal of what causes, what's the research for? So, as you say that, oh my goodness gracious, great balls of fire. The things that my brain does. So I heard about something about holistic medication and you treat the problem instead of treating. It was big pharma versus holistic medicine and why we're really, the way that we treat cancers and anxiety and all those kind of things is kind of backwards. So I guess realistically, all the research is how do we make more money, keeping people sicker longer, but then letting them get this shining ray of hope that they'll be better. And how do we just suck them dry? That's what she said. But yeah, Rasta Kahim. I think I answered the question. Yeah? Ooh, Do me a favor. Before you ask me anything.
Okay.
Go in my room. And get my laptop. And look on the floor or everywhere, maybe on the floor, to see if you see my laptop. El Chargerino.
Chargerino?
El Chargerino.
What's Chargerino?
Chargerino. If we remove the main cause of cancer, that would greatly reduce cancer cases. Yes. So I feel like they're researching not the causes of it, but how to, once you already have cancer, how to like reduce it. I don't know. My brain went so many different places. If I tell you I did not sleep, hey, Nini baby 510, thank you. If I tell you I did not sleep, because I was like, wait, so this is why St. Jude's does such a big push of fundraising, and you have the Ronald McDonald House and all of these different things that research for child cancer. It's because when children don't have cancer, there's actually when children have cancer, they don't have as many options as adults do. So my brain was just going crazy, and I was just like, damn. And then you have all of these doctors that are having this fundraiser, right? And that's just for a fundraiser for one hospital, and it's Texas Children's, and that's one fundraiser. But how often do you have to go that? And then the doctor who started this particular foundation that we went to, the reason why he decided to get into raising money for child cancer was because his child got cancer, and he had so much resources, but then he would meet so many people, and he would see how they just didn't have anything, and that made him so sad. And then he talked about how when he was in India, he met this man who sold his rickshaw in order to pay for a treatment for his daughter who had cancer. And then this little girl had like this really very rare type of blood, and there was only one person who had the same type of blood that she did, and it happened to be her twin brother. And these were 8-year-old kids, and they asked him, they said, hey, it's thank you very much.
Where's the
It might be in there. So I asked,
here?
yes, they told the little boy that his sister is really sick, and that this is a life and death situation, and can he please help by donating his blood? And he was like, okay, sure, I'm ready. And so the doctor was saying how the little boy was like, after they like took his blood and everything, and the little boy was like, okay, can I go and give my sister a hug? And like, can I go say bye to her one more time? And this is like the mind of kids. He thought that when they took his blood, they were taking his literal life for his sister. But he didn't have any questions of yes or no, maybe so. He was just like, yeah, I'll just do it. He's like, but I want to say bye to my sister first. Like, this might be the last time I say bye to her, or say, give her a kiss or something. And these people aren't like this was only their second time that they've had this fundraising thing, so you can tell they're those type of lab doctors where it's just like they don't even really know how like to do fundraising speech. They don't know how to like pull on your heartstrings. But I cried because I was like, can you imagine you're an 8-year-old and you have to make this decision, but in your 8-year-old brain you're thinking, oh, I'm ready to die for my sister. What are you doing?
Trying to put it in.
Let me see it. Hey, Roderick. Hey, Robert. Anyway, Before I start my like rambling, do y'all have anything? What's going on today? Did anything happen? I think I learned something. Okay, I'm back.
Forget anything? No.
Hey, Lila, don't use all of those.
I'm not.
Bears Texas game. I knew it was something. I was like, it's Sunday. Something feels off. But yeah, anyway, so the month of September, hey Gigi, the month of September is Child Cancer Awareness Month. And already I've learned a lot. And it's just like really, really sad. So like when we see that these kids with cancer, like it's so unnatural. And they're dying because of there's just not enough. There's not enough care. It's so sad. Wait, okay, let me see sports. Bears, Texas. Who are the Bears? Colorado Bears? Yankee Bears? Yogi Bear? A bearer of bad news? Chicago Bears. Okay. I wasn't anywhere close. Oh, here's some gossip. TikTok is not that deep, but here's some gossip. Hey, G-Man, long time no see. Here's some gossip that does have nothing to do with me. Has nothing to do with me. Y'all say thank you, Jesus, because it's... Anyway, so I don't know, has anyone ever heard of Moses the prophet? He is, he's a Texan, I believe. I don't know if he was born in Texas, but thank you. I don't know if he was born in Texas, but he lives, I don't know if he still lives in Texas, but when the last time I spoke to him, he doesn't live, he went to the same college that I went to. Yeah, you've heard about him? So he has a lot of great, I won't say great, he has a lot of interesting conversations, and it's all around, it centers around what a woman is supposed to be and what gender roles are, how feminism has really kind of put these women out there in this like crazy loopy brain, and like how women are competing with men, blah, 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 blah. That's a lot of what his conversation is. But the conversations that he always has, I believe, are conversations that it's for a certain group of people and not necessarily for everyone. Hey, Slavaho. They're not for everyone. The conversation the way that he speaks and the things that he speaks about or speaks to, he's not having a conversation with any other Joe Schmo. With someone who like is just going outside and like shooting the breeze. Hey, Mom and A, shooting the breeze or something. The conversation he has it's an elevated conversation for a certain group of people. If you know, you know. You dig? Apparently, somehow, he and Aunt Karen got themselves on a live together. I was like, nope, I don't want to see it. I don't want to listen to it. I know that was probably all trash. Like, it's probably all trash. No, it's probably all trash. And it's coming off the heels of Aunt Karen has been I wouldn't say attacked. I hate using the word attacked. It's coming off the heels of Aunt Karen being unfairly vilified in the community that she thinks is her own. Right? And so I felt like for one, her and Moses having any kind of conversation, it would probably And I did not listen to it. I saw for a second of it and I was like, nah, because he is not having the conversation that they think he's having. And they will never understand a guy like Moses. They will, like, people will, there are people who, if they subscribe to the thoughts and beliefs, if you will, of women like Karen, it is just, you're like, it's oil and water. Y'all aren't speaking the same language. You're wasting your time. Why are you doing all this? So I was like, no, this is all trash. But in a way, I think it was probably good for her to probably in her brain to look at this as a win, because a lot of people were going like, oh, Karen could run circles around this guy, even though they're having two very different conversations. They might be talking to each other, talking at each other, but they're not understanding one another, because Moses is talking about something completely different than a lot of these other hosts talk about, right? I'm talking about HOEs, like people in a pejorative sense. Anyway, so lately I feel like she's being she's held to a different standard. Karen is. She's held to a different standard that a lot of people are. And sometimes I think it's not necessarily fair. Hey, King. I was talking about, I don't know if you saw this, but Moses and Karen, she read what she sewed. Yeah, Moses and Karen had a conversation. I guess it was last night. It's like, my brain was so like overrun with thoughts about cancer. You were there? Okay, so that's what we were talking about. I didn't watch it because I know that Moses does not speak the same language as Karen. Karen will never speak the same language as Moses. Now, I understand Moses because I've met a lot of dudes like him. A lot. And I've also been able to talk to him outside of the app a few times to see, like, he has this like, the way he talks here, loud and with passion and all that kind of stuff. He also knows how to not speak so loud and passionate when he's on the phone. He doesn't scream, you know? Can you give an example of how they're having different conversations? Well, let me just pull it up, if you don't mind. But King, since you were there, do you get what I'm saying? Do you feel where I'm coming from? Hey, Dr. Fingers. Dr. Fingers, that is not necessarily what Moses said, because I remember when he first came up with that conversation, and it was more about thought police, like you can't police people's thoughts, and then people blew it out of proportion. But how are you doing? It's nice to see you. It's nice to see you now, and then we're like well, I'm not anyone's team, but it's nice to see you, where I don't have to worry about, man, these people are gonna come after your girl me. So it's nice to see you. But anyway, hang on.
So I guess my question to you...
What's going on, Aunt Karen?
How's it going?
All right.
Hey, Aries girl.
So I guess my question to you, if you have that expectation, why not just pay for that expectation?
We was talking about prostitution.
Why don't you just pay for a girl that is already willing, like an escort?
All right, now hold on. Let me say that. First reason, prostitution is illegal in most states. Okay? That's number one. Number two, you can never be sure if you are being set up by somebody that actually does this for a living. In other words, a lot of times the way they catch predators or...
This I don't want to get into trouble.
Hold on. I don't want you to say anything. I want you to be objectively truthful. Are you saying that most men pay escorts to sit there and talk to them?
Wait. Wait, here's a joke. Hang on. Here's a joke, you guys. Here's a joke. Drinking decaf coffee is like paying a hooker to cuddle. Is So-So in here? If So-So's here, then she killed my joke. She killed my joke. It's So-So's fault. I don't know if she's in here, but I feel like if my joke didn't land, it's because of her. Why is prostitution illegal? Not because they view it as wrong. It's because no taxes. No, but they could make it taxable. Actually, they're trying to. Because with Backpage and Cash Apps and all that kind of stuff, they're coming for those taxes with those things. Like you're paying people on Cash App and all that junk. Government's like, I don't care what you're getting those Cash Apps for, but we want a percentage of that Cash App. So, and then really, what's the difference? Okay. I'm going to get back to this. What's the difference? Because a lot of time I started to hear this a lot, and this is why sometimes I cannot stand my sexual gender. It's because I'm hearing a lot of women say like, if he doesn't pay for my nails, if he doesn't buy me gas, if he doesn't send me an Uber, like what's the purpose, blah blah blah. And I'm always like, are you a hooker? Because like you want him, or you're making him pay to be around you. That's a hooker. But I'm also one of those really overly controlling people, largely because of the Christian most laws are built. What are you talking about? I know what you're talking about. Puritanical, blah blah blah. That's why marijuana is like Texas is gonna be the last place that legalizes it. I'm telling you. Hang on.
They pay for their time. They pay for their time, and in exchange, it could lead to sex.
Yeah, and just like they can talk about anything because like they don't get reported. Hang on.
With me, do you do that ahead of time?
You said at least with an escort, you can set your expectations. You can do that with a woman that's not an escort.
Right, but what I'm saying is, are you yourself, if you flew a woman out, are you telling her?
Oh, the flying
saying,
woman out.
You must sleep with me. Are you doing that?
I would advise men to let a woman know what his requirements and expectations are. But here's my thing: even if you didn't,
absolutely, I agree.
Wait, here's my thing though: even if he didn't, why would you expect sex not to be on the agenda?
Why do you
okay. Sorry, he's had this conversation. So you ruined my joke. You ruined my joke. You ruined my joke. You weren't here, but it's your fault. What?
I want to take a picture of you.
Okay, what do you want me to do?
Just do whatever you want. And
Hopefully
now I
it'll come
have
out.
to pick another one.
Okay.
Okay.
Did it even come out? Oh, you don't have any more. Y'all use all the film. Well, that flash hurt my eye.
I know, sorry. It did the same.
Well, the joke was...
That's the last one? Yeah. Your fault.
Drinking decaf coffee is like paying a hooker to cuddle. But not a lot of people laughed, and you weren't here, so I just assumed it was your fault. It's easier to blame a woman for things. I don't pay. So the conversation that Moses is having is one that he has had a lot of time. He says, like, if he's flying a woman out to him, he wants top right off the bat. Like, the moment she gets off that plane, he wants top. And if she's not giving him top, he's gonna turn right back around, She's gonna have to figure out her way to get back home. Now, that conversation that he's having is if you've already had previous conversations with the woman that you're fluing out, right? Because there's a lot of people, and I've seen this on both sides, so it's not just women, but I've seen this happen where there will be people who will be like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna get him to fly me out, but whatever, he's gonna pay for hotel and everything, and he's gonna pay for my food, but I'm not trying to have sex with that N-word, or I'm not trying to have SEX with that person, like whatever, like I'm just trying to get me a free trip. I've heard that happening, right? And then dudes feel like, wait, you came out here for me, and like we were supposed to get it in, we've been talking for months or whatever, and I say, hey, I'm gonna like bring you out here, like it's reasonable to assume we're going to be body rocking, knocking those boots. And a lot of people think that's kind of forcing, I can't say that word, forcing people to do things that they don't want to. But again, like I said, Moses is having a very different conversation than what most people are having. He's having a conversation with other dudes. The conversation that he's having is he's not expecting women to learn anything at all, especially in what he says, these new age women. He's not expecting them to listen at all. And there are times when I'll like I'll be on his like channel and I'm like, all right, like I'm out. Moses, I love you, but my feminism is acting up. Like, no, there is a such thing as I changed my mind. Like, we can be all hunky-dory of like, yeah, we're gonna get it in, I can't wait to see you. Then you say, oh, off top, I want top. I'm gonna hit you with the that's against my religion. I do not do what dogs do. No. So in that sense, so the state still profits from doing the deed? Well, the state will states are going to get their money however they get their money. The fact that it's purely because of old school puritanical ideas that we have things like prostitution is illegal. Even the way that we sell liquor. Like, when I was drinking, I used to be pissed the F off because I was like, man, Sunday is like the best day. I was like, man, I want some vodka. And then I realized you can't buy vodka on Sundays. You have to drink only wine and beer. And women don't drink beer. How disgusting. So even some of those laws, I understand like what you're saying. It's like everything is super backwards. And then you go to countries around the world, right? Like when I was in the Netherlands, and like this is a side story, whatever, this is not about Moses, but when I was in the Netherlands, I could not get any Tylenol PM, NyQuil, ZQuil, any of those things, but I can get any type of drugs that I wanted to. I think they try to like confiscate my, because I brought with me some Benadryl, and I brought some Benadryl and some Tide Pods, because where I was staying, the guy that I was staying with, he didn't care about having that fresh smell. So I brought some Tide Pods with me, and they tried to take it away from me, but I was like, please, I speak no Dutchy. And so they let me keep it. But technically prostitution shouldn't be illegal because of separation of church and state. Exactly, it's a moral issue, not a legal one. And someone needs to hurry up and get that out of there. But at the same time, do I want prostitution as something that is not beneficial for women as well? I think women, well, but at the same time, women are the biggest losers in everything. I hate to say, back to Moses, he is not talking to a certain type of woman. If it's a feminist type of woman, he's not talking to them. What the conversation that he has about what his expectations are with women, right? How he's not gonna waste his time, because time to him should be well spent. If a woman cannot conform to what his ideas or ideals are, she will know that way ahead of time, especially with a guy like Moses. He's very, very upfront. Like, you know, he says like women are not entitled to his protection. And, or he says sometimes, I think one time people like misconstrued what he said, or misinterpreted what he said. But it was like, you have these kids who are 14, 15, 16, 17, all that kind of stuff, right? And if you know what they're doing, they know what they're doing in terms of how they dress and how to get a certain grade or anything like that in these schools. And the issue is that you can't stop someone from thinking about, oh, that person is good looking. Yeah, they're a kid, but you can't, like, there's no way to stop that. It's bad. All of it's bad. However, there's no way to police thoughts, if that makes sense. So that's really like what he was talking about. But I knew with Aunt Karen, she needed a win in the conversation against Moses, because first of all, even however we splice it, even though Moses can be a little bit problematic, right? There have been times like I will always just be like, man, nope, not doing this. Like, I'll see his lives and I'm like, nah, I'm good. Like, nothing he's saying I believe in. Nothing he's saying I believe in. But again, it's because of my experiences in life. But here's the one thing that here's a takeaway that we can take from Aunt Karen and Moses. Aunt Karen, she went and had a conversation with Moses. Do you know that I Speak has been running from a conversation with Moses? Who's that one? Consciously. And there's this other guy with dreads. And a lot of these like male feminists who, you know, I always feel like they're trying to like get women's guards down in order to take advantage of them. But anyway, some other male feminists are like, he has a beard and a mustache that's really skinny, but that doesn't connect right here. And whenever I see that mustache that's like skinny and it doesn't connect right here, I'm always like, watch that person. Because old-timey movies, they used to have those skinny mustaches, and that would always be the villain. Male feminazis. Male feminazis. I thought they had over a year ago. They never really did. They would, but then it became like a shouting match. They never really did. So for Karen to have even decided to enter that space, that's respectable. That's respectable. So even though there are two different thinking type of women. Karen is I'm a woman, I can do this all by myself. And Moses is a woman, and a man is a man. And if you want my protection, if you want my respect, you're going to need to do all of these different things to deserve my respect and protection, etc., etc., etc. Is it based in religious ideology? Yes, it is. Do you have to understand that? Yes, you should. because then you'll get less angry, I believe. That's why I can never get angry, because I almost got, I tell this story all the time, but I accidentally went to a brunch that was a study. What do they call it? It was a Bible study, but I thought these guys were joking, and it was actually a Bible study, and they were trying to convert me into their religion, and they wanted me to be one of their third wives. I was like, wait just a minute, hang on, what? Wait, what? But then I picked up on some of the language, and I was like, oh, that's what you people are. Okay, I'm about to ruin everyone's good time. Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior. It's like, I can eat what I want. If you're gonna sit here and try and tell me what to eat, man, once I was done with those people, one of the guys was famous. What's his name? He played in that movie Tropic Thunder. He was the actual black guy. And then Big Mama's House 2 or something, where he was the son of Martin Lawrence, who dressed up. Hey, tribal. I forget his name, but he's one of those tribal peoples. Women can say, Miss Church, oh, you did? Yeah, I know. I saw that you did. Women say they can do it all by themselves until the oil needs to be changed. Or we can pay for what we can't do. That's true. No, yeah, I saw that you missed church. I've never ever say that, like, I don't ever want to come across as one of those women who I can do everything that you can do. Because there are some things, like right now, there's definitely something in my attic, but I'm too scared to go up there. And then I'm like, ugh. Brandon Jackson? Is it like Brandon T. Jackson, I believe? Dr. Fingers, yes. Wait a minute, Dr. Fingers. You, what's his name? Trash, garbage, no good, very bad person. Blaze. You're the one he's always calling outside of your name. Okay, so yeah, we've never had like a problem with each other. I think people have tried to make it look like I had a raccoon in the attic, had to call the wildlife company. I don't know what's up there. There's a lot of gnats. It could be mold, but I scared myself, and I was like, man, F this. I was like, where is a man? I need one. So yeah, it looks like I have it all together. And yes, I can do everything by myself. I can. But I don't want to. My biology and my ideology have always kind of been butting heads, you know? And I stopped letting them butt heads, and I told them to bump uglies. And then that's when I got married, had children, got divorced, and have always been trying to get married ever since. You know? I ate raccoon before. It was not good. Man, the people, sometimes it makes me sad, like how poor people were and how it's still like ingrained in our culture that we eat certain things. Like we eat raccoons. I still have some cousins who will eat dirt, but it's like it's a specific type of like mud. And then they call them Hoover hogs, but it was armadillos. Wait, what do you think contributed to my divorce? Oh. Oh. I know that it was like a good portion of my divorce was half my fault. A good portion. I didn't want to get divorced though. Like, I really didn't. But I was an alcoholic, or I am an alcoholic, recovered. And my ex-husband was done with it. And once I got sober, then we always had a power, a shift, who's running the show here kind of power dynamic. That's always been a problem that we always had. So when I was drunk, of course, he had all the power because I'm drunk. So I'm just like, whatever. No, never. And then so when I got sober, and then I just started reestablishing who I am and what I do and all this kind of stuff, and he got upset because it was like, first of all, you got help and you got sober, and you didn't. I've been trying to get you to get sober for the longest, but you just decide to do it on your own, and you don't need me to help you. As a matter of fact, you keep it from me. And then he still thought I was lying. There was their trust wasn't there. So you don't have any trust. If your foundation, right, is broken, there is nothing that you can do to like fix it. And our foundation that was built on trust and understanding, hey, Emu, our relationship that was built on trust and understanding and love and all that good stuff, it was broken because we lost trust. He lost trust for me, and I lost trust for him because I felt like he could have protected me more. However, how can someone protect you if you're constantly pushing them away, you know? So that was what I did to him. Allegedly, I punched him in the face. Allegedly, I might have said something like, yeah, of course, let me go ahead and pay your car note because I'm not going to be the one that you're going to be driving my car. So I have to pay for everything around here. Allegedly, I did some things like that. But you know, Donald Trump hands, it wasn't my fault, okay? It wasn't my fault. Wait, that's incongruent with my thoughts. It wasn't my fault. It was not my fault. Not even, it was all my fault. It was all my fault. But no, he and I will never, ever, ever get back together because every once in a while, I will look at him, and he's a great dad. Great dad. But every once in a while, I'll look at him and then go, man, I am so happy I'm not married to that guy anymore. He's wonderful. But not for me. But yeah, it was a power dynamic and our broken foundation. Anyway, so back to Moses. So in a way, if anyone has seen, it's on Chasing Pillows, on Chasing Pillows TikTok. It's with Moses. I don't want to play it too much because like Moses and Karen, they say a lot of words and I just don't know what they might say, and I also didn't care to listen to this, so yeah. But if anything, she's going to look at this interaction, Karen and Moses. Karen is going to look at that interaction as she won. And I will say, because of everything that's been happening to her in the last few weeks, she needed a win. She did. She did. Yeah. It seems like you've grown a lot since your first marriage. My only marriage. Probably my only marriage ever. Yeah. Well, it was a lot of years ago. I don't know, how long have I been divorced now? I think I got divorced in 2018. I think that's when it was finalized. I don't know. It's somewhere on the internet because those people doxed me. Put all my business out there. Also, here's something. I think there's a lot that can be learned from women who are WHITE. You know that I was watching some of their drama, and it was like I was having a panic attack, like full on panic attack. Oh my goodness. It was 9/20/2018. That's when we signed the papers that we were done with that's when we were done with mediation, but my divorce wasn't granted until like October or something. And I was pissed the HE double hockey sticks off. I was pissed off because I thought after that mediation and I signed my signature, I thought it was over. No one told me like, no, technically you're still married. I was like, what? What if I die? Like, just randomly. Everything that we did in that mediation doesn't even matter. But we separated like a year before that. I know I never agreed with doxing, never take a part of that stuff. No, Dr. Fingers, this was doxing. This was way, way, way before you guys. Way before you guys. I ever knew Black TikTok. It was before, like, these were women of but I think that we're something that we can learn. There's a mandatory wait, like you have to wait like 30 or 60 days before you can get remarried. I think that's the only wait period that you have to have. But no, I think there's something that we can learn from those women. How to be an actual, like how to make every single thing victim style, right? They know how to do it so well, some way. And then using words, gaslighting, narcissist, there's another one, accountability, and virtue signaling, things like that, straw man, like all that kind of stuff, or panic attack. I'm having a panic attack. Like I was sitting there having a panic attack, needing to be held. And these people were just talking about lotion. And I just needed to be held. I needed it. Like seriously, study those people. Because then Black TikTok, it would be so much better. Because then be like, no, I'm having a panic attack. In my opinion, there's a lot to be learned there. In my opinion, I would never do those things. If I have a panic attack, which I have, a few different times I have had panic attacks. When I have had them, it is in the privacy of my own bedroom, in my closet, where no one can hear or see, because you will not you can't understand it, and there's no way that I can explain the anxiety and the panic, and I can't breathe and everything's spinning. There's no way I can explain that at all without sounding like a nutball crazy person. So, and I can always feel them coming on. I can always feel it coming on. Like it starts like in the pit of my tummy and in my knees when they start to feel shaky. And then I'm just like, okay, I can't breathe. I get really, really hot. And I'm very, very young. I'm so young. Whoever tells you that I'm not young, they are lying. I'm so young. I'm 27, 30. Anyway, so whenever I feel it, that's when I know get away from everybody, put your phone away, unless you're going to do your meditation and your breathing with the Calm app. That's amazing. It's a Calm app. You can get it on the Apple Store, and control your breathing, but just be by yourself. All you can do is hold someone, yes. But these white folks, they're like, I have a panic attack. I had a panic attack. Yeah, and they give me a panic attack. Hey, Pink Confinement, welcome. I just started following you. I can't wait. I did not only watch your first video. I said I'm gonna come back and get. Everyone go follow Pink Confinement. She's telling the stories of real women who have been incarcerated. I'm doing great. I binge watch Game of Thrones. I have anxiety attacks. Listen, I mean, I'm not joking around about. I'm not joking about anxiety and depression and panic attacks and all that kind of stuff, right? No, anytime. It's really everyone, Pink Confinement. Follow that account, seriously. It's women telling them their stories about incarceration, life after. So it's really informative. Yeah, I mean, it's not a joke, but I really, if there's a movie that I feel like it's going too slow and it's just like my heart starts beating fast because I don't know what's going to happen, then I'll go and like look up the spoilers really quick, because like I'm sitting there going like, wait, what? And then I'm like, oh, okay, let's just calm down. Let's get on the Wikipedias and find out the plot of this movie and get to the ending of it, because we're not going to feel this, okay? Then once that, and I can fall asleep in the movie. But no, I think that's why I stopped watching Walking Dead, was because like it just, but anyway, that was before TikTok. But I'm saying those women, I'm telling you, we always talk about white women tears, but white women tears going into how can you make it about yourself on every single front? They know how to work it. They know how to work it. They have those strings and they're like, oh, I was having an anxiety attack. I was on the boat in the south of France, and my friend, she said, stupid girl, and they were gossiping, and I was like, no, please, I just need to be held. And I was just like, oh my God, crazy. Why don't we ever do that, Black women? You know? Why don't we ever do that? Oh, wait, I forgot. Because we have to be strong and carry the culture. Because we are carriers of culture. Women are, specifically brown-skinned girls. Although technically, I think people have disqualified me from being brown-skinned. When I'm having a panic attack, I find a white woman freaking out on TikTok, calm me down. So this BITCH, right? She tried to put words into my mouth. Right? Blonde hair, blue eyes. She tried to put words into my mouth and said that I was saying that she couldn't have kids. And I was like, I don't even know your JJ business. Like, first of all, I don't know it, and I would never talk about it publicly. But she released my screenshots of me saying something like, go and whisper to your crystals. I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was right. It's like, go listen to your go be a dog mom and whisper to your crystals. And she was like, that is so low. Are you making fun of me because I can't have kids. I was like, I don't even care. First of all, I know nothing about you, B. But now it makes sense how you have such an opinion on how people should be raising their kids, and your tail can't have any. But I said all of that halfway in private, halfway in public. And she was like, Leola did this, and she went to go find Patrick and tell Patrick all of these lies about me. And I was like, of course y'all are gonna believe them hoes. Anyway, further on, so I found this meme, not a meme, it was that video of the woman freaking out in Victoria's Secret because that woman of color, it was a black woman. I'm not doing this people of color thing anymore. I'm done with it because it's very different, but we're not talking about race because I'm done with that too. Anyway, so she was like, she said, so she was just like saying that Leola's doing all this. So I found this meme. And it was that woman going crazy at Victoria's Secret. And this blonde hair, blue-eyed woman was like, look at Leola. She's making fun of people who have mental illness or on the spectrum. Because allegedly, that lady who went crazy in Victoria's Secret was having it was because she's autistic, which I was like, no, sorry, absolutely not. That's still no good reason for you to attack another person. If you can't control yourself like that in public and someone's not doing anything to you, then maybe you should have a support animal. It's a common tactic to run and get a black man. Dr. Fingers. I never thought of it like that. Tribal, Mr. Mixmaster, have we ever thought of it like that? Like, why is it that all of those women will like go and run and tell BLACK men like Leola's doing all of these things? Have we ever put that together? Because they did the same thing with Young Merc Fire. They did the same thing with Young Merc Fire. The same thing with that guy who's he's a narcissist something. It's a narcissist. He's a diagnosed narcissist. His name is Lee Hammock. They did it with, these women who said that I did so many bad things, they went to Young Merc, Kane, is King Kane. They tried to use my good friend Tribal here. They tried to go there too. But Young Merc, King Kane, who was the other one I just said? Lee Hammock. Hi, DeVille. Lee Hammock. And there was another black guy. But they would go to them because it would be like, oh my God, Leola's calling us so many things. Leola this, that, and that. Leola this. And I was like, wait. Why are y'all all going, like, why are y'all trying to use the black community against me, a black woman? And you're trying, and I know we're not talking about race, but why are you doing that? And why are these... Okay, I'm sorry, I got a phone call. Wait, we did ponder that already. Tribal, we pondered it, but I pondered it in the bigger aspect of why, I think I said, why is it that whenever someone, specifically woman, but why is it that every single something happens that instead of them instead of them using or being accountable or like apologizing or something else, they'll throw out like these other things of like, well, she's done this before and she's done this, and then we'll end up fighting. Black people will end up fighting each other, and then Becky's will end up just being like, okay, well, I'm out of it now. But I kept on picking up on it. I was like, why is it that every single time they always try and use other black people to go against me when the issue is me and them? They're making it, you know? And trying to get black people to going specifically, and black men specifically, and black men to come after me. And it was like, wait, what? And they did it over and over and over again. I know. Hey, Blessed. This ties into the videos with women showing as trophies on this app. But at the same time, if I had a beautiful, tall, chocolate, dreadlock, tatted up dude, I would also be showing him off as a trophy. So I would be like, look at all these ripples, y'all. He's mine. How much did I pay for it? A lot, because he's mine. Is he replaceable? Yes. But he ain't going nowhere. But for you, it's different. No, Dr. Fingers, no. Allegedly, according to Blaze, Tanya, Placenta, I Speak, Karen, I think that's about it. E.B. Ready. I am not foundationally black. And this is and Sobi as well, he said this. And my proximity, I'm a close enough proximity to black people. Something like that. These are words that were said. Also, according to No Cry Zone, that I'm racist because I say the N-word. Yes, they are the gatekeepers. I'm telling you, I've been on this app long enough to where I can see, hey, Discovering Jerry, I've been on this app long enough to where I have seen these gatekeepers turn into what do they call those inmates running the asylum? Or the inmates have taken over the asylum? I've been on this app long enough to see that, and where some people may have started off with good intention, they have actually made everything worse. And they're kicking out the very people who made them who they are. And so they're getting too big for their britches. Which there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that, you know? That'd be fine. That's okay, cool. But understand that's what you're doing. Now, if I were to get too big for my britches, I would tell y'all, you guys, listen. Do y'all know who I am? Like, seriously, do you know who I am? Like, you really want to come over here and have a conversation with me? Try it. Try it. Let's see how that goes. I will walk circles. I will dog walk you out of the park. Right? Then you'll be like, wait, Leola, humble yourself. And I'll be like, humble? Do you know who I am? I'm so humble. I was born in humble. Come at me, bruh. I got these hands, right? Humble yourself, but in real life. This one is a lot of people need God. But I'm just saying, like, they get too big for their britches and they forget that the very people that they were out there to protect now are those people that they're punching down, and they're saying, you're not black enough, you're not good enough, you're not intersexual enough, you homophobic and all this other stuff. And it's one of those things where it's like, no, dude, what was your point here? What did you come here for? You got mad because why? George Floyd? Okay. A lot of us were, hey, butterfly kisses. A lot of us got mad when George Floyd passed away. I cried. Real talk, cried. But then when I started to see all of these black TikTokers coming in, then I was like, wait a minute, y'all are punching down. You're going after everybody. You don't call your own COONs. You don't do that. What? And that tells me, what did you do ever in your life? I mean, that's why I like Moses, because I realize that he really thinks highly of himself. Whereas there are a lot of people that he will have conversations with, and he can tell like they don't stand on solid ground. But I think that this was a good win for Karen. Like, to just wrap that up. And Karen and Moses had conversations on chasing pillows on TikTok, and she needed that win, and I hope everyone continues to give her props for winning that conversation, because she needed it. Because her own community, the community that she has cultivated, turn on her at the drop of a dime. When people get a look, there's only about 3 I like still. They do offline work. I don't like any of those people. I really don't. If you're one of those people who's like, I'm an influencer, I'm standing up for what's right. I'm like, okay, you're standing up for what's right until someone gets in front of you, gets a little bit more popular than you, and then all of a sudden something's gonna change. So miss me with the BS. And we can see that with Blaze. I feel like Blaze is the prime. If you want to say, like, of every idea of someone getting too big for their britches, look at Blaze. Look at where he started, what he started for, and look at where he is now. I'm just saying. He started with talking, like, people are talking about his son. People are talking about their son. People are talking about my son. My son who's autistic. People are talking about my son, right? Okay. Those people never apologized. What's next? Oh, Speak is going to jail. Everyone's protecting us, blah, blah, blah. You're protecting this. You're protecting this. Okay, but there's no proof and nothing, no one, like, only one person is in jail, and it's because, like, someone snitched, even though the guy was definitely breaking the law. However, someone kind of snitched, and you're just taking credit for something that, no, Dr. Fingers, I remember, because I remember seeing his first videos. Give people the idea of power to see who. That is why I will forever not like I will not like Donald Trump, because he gave people power. He gave a lot of people power. Like the governors of certain states, they didn't need more power. Then they got power hungry. Or like people in those grocery stores, they were like, put on your mask, put on your mask. Some people, like, they're probably shouted down and called stupid and all this kind of stuff all the time. But you give them a little bit of authority, all of a sudden, You can't take that away from them. And they're going to use it as long as they can. You're not going to get that out. You're not going to get away from them. Yeah, I remember. Wait, you dislike Trump? Yeah, I told you, Tribal. I like Trump. I like Trump. But if someone said, hey, you're going to vote for him, I'd be like, no. Saw what he did? 2 weeks to stop the spread? I needed an apology. I need an apology for that. And if they try, they'll turn it on you. So yeah, but it's human nature. But you have to remember a lot of these, and I'm one of them. I'm not going to tell you guys I'm super duper awesome. I'm not going to say that I have everything together. What I do know is like God and Jesus are my superstars for real. I have a dad and a mother that love me, and it shows. And I grew up with brothers, and it shows. So like a lot of people, I don't care. Like a lot of things, I don't care. Like it really does hurt me when people go after my family off app. That hurts. If someone talks about my children, that hurts. However, I know that my children are amazing. So someone can say, oh, Leola and her ugly kids. And I'll be like, you wish they were ugly. Oh, your kids are so stupid. You wish they were stupid. Because I know that my children are amazing. I know that my siblings are 110% better than a lot of siblings. I already know those things. So there's nothing that you can say to me that's going to make me go, oh, I'm going to get you because you said. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. I mean, I'm just going to like poke you. Be like, hey, remember that time that you said like I should focus on my child who's like might have some I should focus on my child because she's having suicide ideation, and I'm a stupid terrible parent for that. Like, remember you said that? Like that kind of stuff I hold on to. Hey Sherry, I'm not talking about anything important, but we have a lot of us, and we find each other. I will say that a lot of us who are extremely set in ourselves, we find each other, and then we remind each other we are not what their perception is. So I think Aunt Karen, she said some trash. She did some things. She did some things to me. However, I still apologized because I put myself someplace that I should not have been. And I still care about her as a mother, as a woman. What's going on? The look on your face. How do you always answer? Nothing's going on. We were just talking because I know it's like, what's going on? We're just joshing, jiving. Like seriously, nothing. It's like nothing. Just human nature and how hilarious people are. But I remember, I think just the other day, because I don't know why, Karen reminds me of someone, and I always feel like there's a lot of people who pretend to be in her corner, right? And they don't tell her the truth. And I don't like that. Because I'm just like, is no one gonna tell you? No. When I scratched the F out of my forehead, everyone thinks it's because of because of the hair dye. I might have burned my skin somehow. I don't know, but I mean, my scalp, yo. What's facts? But no, she has a lot of people who are not her friends. I think Aunt Karen and Patrick, they are two people who I have it, and I have this in black, but I can't find the black one. But when you find something you love, buy it all I'm leaving it alone. Don't talk about my weight. This is my hair. It grows out of my head. Yes, I may have had dreads for 8 years, and all of a sudden you see me with this straight Brazilian hair, but whatevs. Karen is similar. She reminds me of her and Patrick. They get real viewers. And I think people like I Speak and E.B. Ready, Voodoo Bay, use them. And I don't like it. Because it's like, I wish that Aunt Karen can realize that she has something that people will gravitate towards. I mean, I don't like it. I won't watch it. But, I mean, she has it. Again, I'm not watching it. I don't like it. I honestly feel like being separate, like continuing to separate us by race and sex and social class, all that kind of stuff. I really think it's old and played out. But people are gonna do what they're gonna do. And we need to start opening all conversation. I think, like I said, a lot of these people rose to fame because of the tragedy of George Floyd. But now we are looking at them and it's just not okay. Not okay. And it's like they're trying to jump on something, anything to make them relevant again. And it's like, you gotta stop. Like, there has to be more. There has to be more than that. Like, this racist of the day thing, it's not gonna work anymore. People are actually tired of it. And they, in the sense of they're tired of it, it's like some people, I will say some people, if they're gonna do that whole racist for the day thing, I really believe that some people that's gonna make them become even more racist. If that makes any sense. Wrong browser. I mean, in my opinion. I mean, if someone kept on treating me like I was a racist, I think I'd be like, oh, I got you racist. I got you racist. You want to treat me like something that I am not? I'll be the best racist you will ever meet. Oh, you're saying that I'm all this? All right, here's a cross in front of my household. I'm setting it on fire, and I'm going to go hoo-ah, hoo-ah, hoo-ah. Just because you kept on calling me a racist. That's it. I'm doing it. I do not advise anyone to ever do anything like that, but I understand why people will go further into an alt-left. I just don't enjoy them all attacking each other so often because they know that drama brings views. They know it. Like, I mean, how do I put this? Like that 5'5" guy, the fact that he is able to talk to so many BLACK people and be in and around us and all that kind of stuff is bizarre to me. But then I look at the numbers that he brings. And then if I have someone like No Cry Zone, for instance, I would want that. I would want those numbers. Well, they're watermelon viewers. I always told you, they're watermelon viewers. They're watermelon people. Like, you think that you see the numbers and you go, yeah, I'm like popular, people like me, but then you're gonna piss it right out. And those people aren't going to stick around for the long run. They're going to see for every other thing of like, who else, where else? So I'm going to go from this place to this place to this place to this place. They don't care about you. But you're sitting there making a fool of you and yourself. For what? Views? Someone's being abusive. online. And you're letting them, and then what about the men who don't say Jack, S-H-I-T? Now those men were, and then like, as I'm looking at them, and I'm just saying all this. I'm just talking. I'm just jiving. We're just having conversation, just jiving. It's all cool. We're like whatever, just hanging out, right? You see some of these men, and as a woman, you always go. I feel like there's a conversation that's had constantly of like, men don't do this and men don't do that. Or women don't do this or women do that. Well, here's a prime example. How that woman, this man has been stalking her online for months. Say something about it. Don't make it about yourself. Make it about her. Say something. Oh, you're watching as this woman is being abused? You're watching it? To record screen record? So you can put it online? And send it to her later? Or tag her in it later? Yes, that's so wonderful. Great, awesome. You're doing a good job, you man, you. But you dig where I'm coming from? I don't dig where I'm coming from. I think I lost my train of thought someplace in the middle. So I think I did. It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy, and we all can say it's just social media. You can turn this off. You cannot turn off abuse. I hate to tell y'all, you cannot turn off abuse. And abuse is not drama. Sound like someone's knocking on my door. Lola?
Yeah.
What's that noise? Why?
I thought actually open the gate.
Well, go through the garage. What are you doing? Why were you opening that door?
Because I thought actually I did it.
Lila, Joan, Madeline. I'm supposed to be doing something. Semper Fi. What are we talking about? Oh yeah, you guys are that. Abuse is with you until you begin to heal from it. And even then it affects you. Oh, facts. I mean, there are some times when I still I will see people and people will still say this, right? People will still say this and be like, oh, Leola's a liar, Leola did this, Leola did that. And it's like, even though I know I'm none of those things, it hurts only because I have to think about like how traumatic that's it, how much in those moments did I feel so empty. And then how am I supposed to open back up? And then on top of that, I have to try my best to not make it about all men. That part is extremely hard because they'll be like, man, all men will F you over. All men are going to abuse you. All men are going to minimize the way that you feel. All men will do this. And it's really not all men, but because I see a lot of men standing by not saying things when they could say something, but they wait until like, oh, I'll just like do it in the DMs or whatever, and then they don't do anything, and then it's like, man, really? Now y'all know why women are on the lesbian side of TikTok. You know? We're buying a horse, and this guy is getting on my nerves. I understand that there are people in here that have known me for years and you feel like I'm talking about you, Tribal, but sort of kind of I am, and that's why we got mad. I got mad at you a little bit because I saw you while those people were talking about me and being super hateful about me, and like the fact that you were saying nothing, and I watched you for a minute and I was like, you know how much this hurts, and I'm like, you didn't even see. You didn't even do anything. And then also you believed a lie instead of believing me. We know each other long enough. Some men are afraid of the backlash because they have their own trauma. That I understand. And even like I said, it's like I'm not ever mad at the people who know. Hey Tracy, I'm not ever mad at the people that have been with me for years. I'm not, because I understand why. I understand the why. Did I say hey? Did I say girl? I always understand the why. But it still hurts. Wait. Afternoon. What time is it in Iceland? What time is it in Iceland? What time is it in Iceland?
It's 9:07 p.m. in Reykjavik, Iceland.
Good afternoon. It's not their fault, you know? Sienna. I don't... Alright, we're not blocking you. We're not blocking you. We're not muting you. You just need to stay away from me. But we're not blocking you. We're not going to mute you. And any of those things. You just need to leave and never come back here. I did notice Blaze used you at many points. Yeah, he did. I think that with Blaze, I didn't see it. But until he started doing it to someone else. Yeah, no, she came in here and she left. She knows why. DeVille, the same goes for you too, my man. I'm not gonna block you. We're not blocking you, DeVille. We're not blocking you guys. We're not muting you guys. We're just gonna work with the system of our checks and balances, if you will, to just tell you to leave. I don't want to be your friend. I don't like you. The type of people that you are is the type of people I don't want to be associated with. What? Which one? Oh wait, Blaze? Yeah, no, but it was all transactional. It was all transactional. Walking the fence, feeding Discord, not cool. You know, that's what I say. It's like, I don't like... I think I'm gonna like... No, any man that... The way that Blaze talks... The way that Blaze talks to females is disgusting. 1. 2, the men who complain about how he talks to females are just as bad. I'm telling you, I'm gonna try and make an appointment. I have to go to the gynecologist, the dermatologist tomorrow. So I'm gonna, you know. So, Blaze, we're not gonna say that he's, no, we're not good. Oh wait, DeVille, were you in here when I made my announcement? Okay, I am not muting you and I'm not blocking you. I just don't like you. And I don't want you around. But I don't really think that we should be saying that someone is special ed. I don't think that's cool. Hey, Kaba. Yeah, I don't think that's cool. But anyway, like I said, I just You guys know, you don't know, you know, and I don't want you around me. I don't want you, I'm not going to block you and I'm not going to mute you. I just don't want you around me and I don't think we should be friends. Kappa, you were on fire last night. So mad that I fell asleep. DeVille, yes, you. I'm not going to block you. I'm not going to mute you. I just want you to leave and never ever come and talk to me ever. Because any man or person that's going to be okay with some of the language and what has been said about me and countless other black women, Blaze, if he's in here, he would be blocked so fast. No, he wouldn't. He's trash. He's afraid of me. No, really, he's afraid of me. He's afraid, really. But I don't like men like who just kind of sit there and kind of like, ha ha ha, I'm not a part of this. I'm not a part of this. But at the same time, it's like, what type of man are you? DeVille, I was watching from the outside. I thought he slipped in. I was coming to Tessel. If he does, we'll make sure you know. He's a piece of trash. Piece of trash. And I'm saying that with such guts. I have my reason. What do I have to do with that? Well, DeVille, here's the thing. Since, and again, we're not blocking you. We're not meeting. If you have questions and concerns, DeVille, you have questions and concerns? I know I took away your other account. Oh no, if you have questions and concerns, you can feel free to press the button and we can have a conversation if you would like. But I will say that attitude of what do I have to do with that is the type of attitude that I say is trash, garbage, duties. I don't like men like that. So I guess gas has been noodles and cereal. What's going on? I know it's been a crazy, remember I'm here. Always, Amy, but nothing has been crazy with me. I just have been chopping out people in my life. Like people who have access to me. If you're not going to stand up for what is right, if you're going to continue to sit there while women are treated horribly and laugh at it instead of standing up for someone, instead of saying anything, you're trash. You're a disgusting person. So sorry, not sorry. And there has not been a time, real talk, there has not been a time when I haven't been like, y'all, this has gone to bullying. Like, this is disgusting. I'm out. Like, the amount of times that I know I've done that. Like, I know I've done that. He wasn't just in that live, Kappa. He's always in No Cry Zone's lives. Wait. Yeah, he was saying something about, no, but he said something about you. He was like, you're all talk, you're not funny. I was like, okay, that's not bad. It's just like, you're all talk, you're not funny. Okay, like, okay, obviously she's funny. But to me, just what kind of dude, man? What kind of dude? You're seeing people, and I have to, at some point, draw the line. I draw the line. And I spoke to your wife as well. And I let her know my boundaries and how I don't believe that she should have any access to me. Because if you want to laugh at people, joke around with people who have called me a liar, talked about my vajayjay business, you have implied that I have STIs, I'm a drug addict, or relapse, all of that. If you're gonna be around those people, I don't think you should be around me. You're not like, go stay over there. Go over there. I don't want you here. That kind of thing. You dig? Kappa and the llamas must be up to something. Good. I'm so sorry about that. Oh no, it's okay. But I know that Aeriesville, they don't think we all watch. I know I watch. Every time I think if I'll show something, I'm looking for. I said no blocking. I said muting. But okay, if he's not getting it, he wants trouble. He wants trouble. Everyone's watching. What are we watching? Oh wait, let me get up. I'm sending this email. I received your email. Sorry for the delay. Have everything out to you on Monday. Buying a horse. No, he's argumentative. He's argumentative because he's one of those people. That's why he likes Scala. Seriously, he's one of those people. Thank you for the roses. And in a way, I think I didn't really realize that he was one of those people until Patrick kind of called him out. And I mean, I always take everything that Patrick says with a grain of salt, but I think there was something that like was going on with him and with what Patrick said in regards to DeVille, that I was like, there must be something there that we are not seeing. There's something more there, because Patrick, he will respond like, ha, la, 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 like, oh, I'm gonna do this and do better, I'm gonna do this, that, and the other, and then it pitter-patters out, right? Thanks for the roses, Sherry. It pitter-patters out, right? So when I went back and I kind of saw how that happened, I was like, wait, Patrick was right. And again, like I said, okay, good, can you send me receive tomorrow here or per mail for the payment? Are you excited to meet him after a few days? Yay. It is 9:00 at night in Reykjavik, Iceland, and this guy wants to have a conversation. Sure will. There's a lot of truth with him though. No, I mean with Patrick, I wouldn't say there's a lot of truth. I think when he first reacts, his first reaction is so it's his first reaction, that when he has a reaction, that first like rip the band-aid off, that type of reaction, that's when we should like really pay attention. But if it's a delayed reaction, then I'm always like, I don't think I'm on that train with you, Patrick. But the first rip the handle off of the thing, that's that first reaction. That's when I'm like, that's something to look at. Had I really ever been, if I had really cared about any of like Black TikTok in that sense, Black TikTok. I'm not saying like Black TikTok. I'm not saying I don't care about Black people. I'm saying had I had any semblance. All right, have a great night, and it's nice to see you. And I know I have to respond to you back. I'll message you on Instagram. I wish that I paid attention a little bit to Patrick concerning 5-5. I wish I really paid attention to Patrick, because I feel like a lot that 5-5 did to me, that a lot could have been avoided had I just listened to Patrick. But then at the same time, Patrick, he came from my family before he even could figure out anything, and I wasn't like ever coming for him, and I defended him a lot. I'm telling you, that was why a lot of the conversations, they mad at his swag and how he handled things. Yeah, I say that he has the sauce. I always say that Patrick has the sauce. I don't know what sauce it is, but he has the sauce. And people use him. And I'm really kind of sick of seeing it. I'm not saying I would ever use him. Like, I see the appeal, if you will. I see the appeal. And I see why people think it's funny to go and goad him. Like, why isn't, let's see, if I report, okay, so I don't know if y'all know this, but the people say that I report people into oblivion, but I really don't, because like, who has time for that? No, I think the only accounts that I reported is the ones that was revenge corn. That was Scala. But no one really cared about that. Build one through hard work. So I reported this, but YouTube is really hard to report things. You think it's like cut and dry, press a button or whatever. It's really not. And Sobe, who's also called You Are My Content on YouTube, has a picture of Pat's daughter as his profile picture. No, Kappa. Scala's abusive. He's abusive. He's not a troll. He's abusive. It's not just a troll. Abusive. No, seriously. He put a picture of me in bed on the internet just 'cause. Because he said Blaze was talking about him. And so since Blaze was talking about it, or since Blaze was talking about him, or Horrid was talking about him, so since they were talking about him, then he was going to do something. He was going to release things of me. That's abusive. He is not a troll. Like, we always think that he's a troll. We always think that, and of course it's easy to think I'm a liar about everything. It's cool. I really don't, it's fine. I know the truth. He is abusive. And like the fact that everyone like completely ignored what I was saying. Okay. Yeah, so it's So Backup's daughter. Yeah, so I reported the account. But with YouTube, it's really hard. Yeah. Kappa, that night, remember when you did that roast, when you're like, oh, it's gonna be his funeral, and you're playing the music and all that kind of stuff, and then you ended up blocking him. That night, he was so mad that I was in the comments joking around with people, and I was saying like, yeah, I'm actually not with him. Like, you guys, I'm not with this guy anymore. And he saw that, and he was so mad that you blocked him and that you were really going in on him. He was so mad that he called me, cussed me out, said, I'm a POS, like, no one will ever like me. My family's all full of R words. Then he called me from like 4 different numbers, back to back to back to back to back to back to back. He said I was like a POS and I'm not loyal and I can't be trusted. And then everything that he has, He's going to expose me. He's going to expose my family, show my children's rooms, all of that. And that was because you bested him in a roast. That was his get back. I wasn't. He doesn't have mommy issues. He doesn't have mommy issues. He got everything. He got everything he wanted in his life. He says things when he can look. You can look, he will see, like, he goes by about, like, what is it that will make people feel bad? And it's what he'll start talking about, the mommy issues, or his friend who died when he was in a car accident. His mother never really showed him how to do anything. She never showed him any love. He doesn't like her. He hates his mom, but like his mom shows up at his house and she's like, hey, do you want $50K? I want to know my grandson. And he's like, whatever. She tried calling me today, but like, I don't know why she's trying to call. She wants to have a relationship. Whatever. I'm telling you, he will. Every single woman, we're every single woman. There's something that we will see when it comes to certain men that will be like, oh, they're just misunderstood. Poor thing. Like, no, they just need to show like a real woman in their life, or like someone who can show them what love and respect, honor, and all that kind of stuff will be. They just need that. So whatever the story will be at that time, he'll use it. So it's like, one time he said his mom was dead. I was like, dude, your mom died? He was like, oh no. I was like, but that's not funny at all. He was like, well, they kept on saying like, oh, who's his mom? So I was just like, oh, you guys are such idiots. So I just said, my mom's dead. But I just saw my mom like yesterday. I was like, dude, you know what you're doing? You're speaking that into existence. But yeah, again, I think Patrick knows, but the thing is, Patrick knows about this, of Sobeys using his kid as a profile picture. I don't know why YouTube isn't doing the thing. He claims he's rich. He's not. But I mean, I don't say rich. He's comfortable, just like everyone else. You know, he's comfortable. He doesn't have to work. He's on Medicaid for himself, and his wife works, so she carries the kids on their insurance. So. Yeah. And okay, so yeah. I don't know how we can, I think if anyone can, I know Patrick knows about the picture because he got hit by a car. Yeah, I don't give him any, I refuse to give him any type of justification for anything that he says and does. He gotta be PTD to be so young on Medicaid. No, he uses it because he saw that, like, he saw a commercial or something about it and was like, oh, I can just get Medicaid? And so with his income, because it shows that he makes very little income, he is able to get Medicaid. So that's how I get his contacts and all that kind of stuff. I told him, I was like, isn't that kind of fraudy? And he was like, I don't know. It was like little things. It was like, why do you have to go so far to go to a doctor? It doesn't make any sense. No, he's exactly who he's attacking. He saw how, like, all those jokes he talks about women being big boned and all that kind of stuff. It's in my Google Photos, but his everything that he says about other women, his wife is. His wife is. That's every single thing. But she's just as bad as he is because she tried to catfish me. So she's just as bad. But it's just, I'm just my opinion. I ain't saying nothing about nothing. He has no mommy issues. This guy does not have mommy issues. No, he's spoiled. He's the youngest of 3 kids, and his parents gave him every single thing he can want. He's spoiled. It's not mommy issues. He's spoiled. That's it. He had, when he was in high school and all that kind of stuff, and everyone else was like poor, as he says. He was the only one who had a car and a pool. So he got, everyone was just at his house. No. He had no supervision, essentially, because his parents were working, allegedly. I don't know. But, no, that's not mommy issues. That's spoiled brat. That's a brat. How do I know? Let me count the ways. Some people would say I'm spoiled. Some people would say that I'm spoiled. But I'm the youngest. I'm the youngest daughter in my family, and I have yet to really leave home. So, and every time someone's like, Leola, you should do something, I'm like, no, you're trying to take away from my family. No. What they say in Color Purple, you can have Sealy, but you can't have that one. No, I'm like, nah, I'm staying here. What? You spoiled? Yeah, no. Me? He burned ants as a child. Oh, speaking of, that Jeffrey Dahmer TV show that everyone seems to be watching, remember that these serial killers, they want to be remembered forever. That's what they wanted. They wanted for everyone to know who they were no matter what. And if they could get away with it, they would have gotten away with it. They wanted people to know who they were. So the fact that they keep on coming out with these shows and a little bit sexualizing things and making things look sexy on TV, y'all, I'm telling you, it's a bad time. Because it's every new generation who's reintroduced to these serial killers, and you're looking at it, I'm like, wait, these people will not die. Let them die. Let the thoughts, let their, every single thing that they did, let it die. Let it so they can be forgotten and never told on, never spoken about. That way they told on themselves. Who? Who told on themselves? Some people in the building? I don't get it. No, but like I said, can't watch it. Saw that trailer. My spirit said no. Yeah. No. Ryan Murphy, think he's the one that's behind the new Jeffrey Dahmer series. Also American Horror Story. a lot of different things. I think that he's really sloppy when it comes to telling stories, especially based on living, like people who might still be living. And he just, there's something at some point you have to say enough is enough. And you know how there's this saying, and I think it's Native American, where if you take a picture, every single time you take a picture, then it takes part of your soul. It might be a Native American saying, or it might just be an American saying. I've heard it everywhere, but people will say, oh, you know, every time you take a picture, it takes part of your soul. Maybe it's from Harry Potter. I don't know. So whenever I look at serial killer documentaries and movies and stuff like that, and it's like their soul is being reborn in every single one of their movies and videos, and their voice, because they have recordings of these guys, they have interviews with these men, and they get to play it for every single time, every single year, all of that. And it's like, you guys, these men need to die and stay dead. Every single time we talk about them, we are re-aliving them, however that is. Check your messages real quick. I used to live 3 blocks from disgusting. White supremacy allowed him to get away with it for so long, like Chinaman Gacy too. So there was this really good documentary on, I'm being a hypocrite. There was this really good documentary about Jeffrey Dahmer that I saw a few years ago, and it had him expressing how sorry he was to the victims and how he really wanted to make sure that he said that he did not do anything because of hate. And this is like his language, he's saying these things on record, court record. He's like, everyone's trying to say I chose these people because they were black or, you know, blah, 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 any of those things. But no, I never hate people like that. I'm not that type of person. I'm not racist, something like that. I was like, I mean, the racist thing, okay, whatever. But you're saying, I love these men, and there was nothing that came from hate. There's nothing none of these, it was not done from hate. It was not because of race. I just love these men, and I wanted to keep them with me. I was like, good thing he's already dead. And he's dead, and his memory should stay such. The community called the police, listened to him, not them. No, I mean, I've seen all of it. I'm not going to watch anything else that's going to bring this all back up. Because there's a few different documentaries, and it talks with the families. And it seemed like he had a specific type of group that he went after, but we also need to remember he was a GAY man, so just as much as he's going after these BLACK dudes, no one cares because it's a whole bunch of HOMOs, you know? I think one of the things was like, this gay guy came and got his gay boyfriend, and it's just like, yeah, there was a hatred with, like, so imagine putting the gay and the black with it. But I just don't think anyone should watch it. I really don't think anyone should watch it. I really think that we should let this thing die for good. I always do think if Jeffrey Dahmer was born in a different time, things would have been different. Like, he was born now instead of then. Things would have been different only because the world is really more accepting. But also, he was just, some people are just the devil. Some people are just the devil. Man, you guys, I'm mad. I got angry. I just got angry. I should probably take a break. I think I need to take a break. I did. Did you notice it, Tribal? I got angry, so yeah, I gotta go. I think I might end up. I feel a cry come, so I gotta go. But y'all have a great rest of your Sunday and awesome sauce. Tomorrow, if I don't see you, Dr. Fingers, it was wonderful having you here for the first time. I've never really spoken to you in a live before, so I really thank you for that. And Kappa, for all those nights and days that petrified biscuit is the one that I'm going to stick with. So, Sherry, Tribal, y'all all have a wonderful rest of your day and awesome tomorrow if I don't see you tonight. And, yeah. Good night. Obama, my job, Trump, Russ Falls, Broadway Vice. Lee out.